Ms. Kober,
Yes.
would you like to play a little game called This or That?
Would love to.
Awesome. And if you're going to go maybe watch one of Jen's shows internationally or domestically, you can go ahead and visit coastlinetravel.com, which is our sponsor for this segment.
Love that.
Visit coastlinetravel.com for all of your travel needs.
I have so
they do
many
everything.
Travel needs. I have
They
so
do.
many
They do.
I got to get the number.
They could do yours.
Look, I'm ready.
Flights, hotels, excursions.
Love that.
They plan dinners. I mean, they do everything.
I love that.
coastlinetravel.com. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, 20 to be exact.
Okay.
Some of them are going to just be fun and willy-nilly. And then towards the end, they get a little more serious.
All right.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's have some fun. I asked this question to every single one of my guests, only because I want to get their take. Just this first question, though. Everything else is mixed up.
Okay.
Tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
Tacos. That's my go-to as well. You're going on a road trip. You want to be the driver or the passenger?
I, in my heart, want to be the driver, but it's better if I'm the passenger because I am checking my phone the whole time I'm in a car. And if I'm driving, you're just going to hate me because we're going to be swerving. So I'm a better passenger, but in my heart, I want to be driving.
I'm a driver. So cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs. What kind of dog?
I have a white lab. She is the love of my life. Her name is Blueberry. She is the sweetest dog that God ever gave breath to. She was born 2 hours after my grandma passed away. And so my grandma used to always say when she was alive, I'm coming back as one of your dogs because you treat those dogs like goddamn people. So when my grandmother died and then this dog was born 2 hours later, and if you look in this dog's eyes, you can see my grandma. I'm telling you, this dog is my grandma reincarnated. So I'm always very, very sweet to her. Anytime I'm crying or upset, she comes and tatas me. I love this dog more than life. I love her.
Hearing your Nana voice in person, it's so much better. Nerf guns or paintball guns?
Nerf guns.
Keep it safe.
Yeah.
They're so much fun, though.
Paint guns hurt.
They
I
do.
went and did that one time and I was like, excuse me, that stung a little bit.
Who is screaming for attention more? Lifted truck owners or Cybertruck owners?
Cybertruck owners. That is the ugly. That looks like somebody drew a car with a etch-a-sketch. That is the dumbest looking. Every time I was just watching the Kardashians because that's my like guilty pleasure, and the Kim drives up in a Cybertruck. I'm like, I can't anymore.
My friend said that it looks like a DeLorean on steroids.
Yes,
Yeah.
but a DeLorean was still way cooler.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I mean,
those
Doc and
trucks.
Marty made it pretty cool. You can
Exactly.
probably describe this way better than anyone else. Creole or Cajun?
I will go Creole is my go-to. There's a flavor difference. Cajun food is very salty and spicy, and Creole food is feels more homey to me. It feels more there's a gravy in everything Creole, which makes me very happy.
Most people wouldn't know the difference. So
Yeah.
thank you for explaining that.
You're welcome.
I didn't know. Karaoke bar. Are you singing or are you staying in your seat?
Singing. And I sing Private Dancer by Tina Turner, and I pull a guy up there with me and I dance all over him while I sing it. Fantastic.
My go-to song
You're
is
going to get a motorboat.
Ooh. Let's go. And no discrimination either.
And what's your go-to song?
500 miles, like the what is it?
I
would walk 500 miles, but it's by the
500
Proclaimers, but there's a name for it, like I'm Gonna Be.
Oh, okay.
I would just say, hey, do you got the 500 mile song by the Proclaimers? And they're like, yeah.
exactly.
My wife, God bless her, she cannot hold a pitch. And so she just runs around and with the microphone to everyone and she's the party. Like
she's
yeah.
the hype man.
And I'm singing
I like
it.
that.
We had a blast on our honeymoon singing that song. So
I
that's
love
always
that.
our go-to.
That's sweet.
Pool table or ping pong table?
Oh, I'm a lesbian. I'm supposed to like pool, but I don't. I like the ping pong, and I'm real good at the ping pong.
You should play.
Yeah, look, I'm down.
I love it. Window or aisle?
I'm a window girl because I like to lean against it to sleep. But my wife is a window girl, so I always end up in the middle seat because whenever we book planes, I book her the window and I book myself the aisle, hoping that no one will come and sit between us. But somebody always comes and sits between us. So I'm like, you know what? You take the aisle, I'll sit in the middle, and that way I can snuggle and I use her as the window.
Yeah, I'm a window person because I like to sleep as well. But every single time when I get flights booked for me,
Yeah.
it's always aisle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why? I
Yeah.
don't want the aisle. Fight a shark or fight a bear?
Fight a bear. Fight a bear. I do not enjoy sharks. I saw Jaws when I was very young, and
That'll do it.
Cannot do. Nope. Nothing. If you said the word shark, you would watch this fat bitch run faster than I've ever run. Out of the water, on the water, I would be gone. So, not my thing.
Would you rather be casted in a movie or a TV show?
Oh, that's so hard. I've done so much TV. I think I have to say movie because I like movies are slower, right? So when you're shooting a TV show, you're shooting conceivably several episodes in a short period of time. And so even though there is a lot of hurry up and wait on both, it's a lot more work on a TV show. So I think I'd say movie. Yeah.
I was just about to say that this is when it starts getting more serious. And then this question comes, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
The chicken. The actuality precedes potentiality. You have to have an actual chicken to have a potential chicken. So the chicken had to come first.
Toilet paper, we going over or under?
Over. Under is for monsters. What kind of a monster are you?
I think people say, what is it, mullet or something else? I don't know. Mullet, though. Got to go over.
Yeah, over.
Better news outlet, TikTok or Facebook?
TikTok.
Like the TikTok.
I like the TikTok. I like that. I actually get a lot of news from independent content creators on TikTok that are, telling. I feel like on TikTok there's also a lot of conspiracy theorists, and I love a good conspiracy. I mean, tell me we did it. Tell me it was an inside job. I'm all about it.
And you like it once, and it just continues. Like more and more come. It's like
yes. Once that gets in your algorithm, yes, you're done. You're done. And Facebook, I feel like I'm gonna get canceled for saying this, but I feel like Facebook is for older people. And the young people on the TikTok, right? They got skin in the game. They're worried about what's going on. And so they're very right about but you also have to take it all with a grain of salt. I mean, it's like Fox News. It's for entertainment purposes, not facts.
I like to say that Facebook is for family.
Oh, that's better.
It's how I connect with them. It's the only reason I use it too.
To connect with your family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a character in South Park or Family Guy?
Family Guy. I just did Ted with Seth MacFarlane, and what a genius. I mean, this guy, watching him work and being around him while he works and taking direction from him and just seeing how his mind works was fascinating to me. I had seen him when I was a kid. I did a lot of voiceovers when I first moved out here. And Linda LaMontagne, who did all the casting for Family Guy, called me into her office to read for some parts. And while I'm in the waiting room, there's a window, and Seth MacFarlane walks into the sound booth. It was a window to the recording studio. And he walks in, and I watched him record an argument between Stewie and Peter. And he's doing both of them. It was the biggest mind fuck. I was like, this is the most genius thing I've ever seen. And she's like, okay, we're ready for you. I'm like, you got to wait. I'm watching the show. This is a thing. I'm never going to see this again. And she laughed, and we sat there and watched him work for probably 20 or 30 minutes. And I was,
wow.
I was so inspired and so like, yes. I love doing voiceovers. I love doing cartoon stuff. So I want to get more of that going on too.
Well, completely unrelated, except for the fact that it's a voiceover. I just recently saw a video with the voices of Bluey.
Ugh.
And just seeing the guy that does the voice of Bluey, it's a trip.
Yeah,
I was not expected to be him.
I met the guy that voices Elmo, and it's a big black guy who does Elmo. And I was like, you're my new best friend. I only want to hang out with you. Mm-hmm. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I love that. I love when you...
Well, and Bart Simpson's female.
Yes,
so,
always.
Go figure.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of one of these movies. Half Baked or Up in Smoke?
Up in Smoke.
Getting rid of it.
I love Half Baked.
Dave Chappelle. Incredible.
I've seen Up in Smoke, and I laughed, but I think that was probably funnier because there wasn't a Half Baked. In Half Baked, when he feeds all that food to the horse and the horse dies and the
butter
cop
stuff.
Comes up, man down, officer down. I am dying laughing Fuck you, you're cool. Fuck you, I'm out. I love that movie. And
The horse is a diabetic.
It's oh my
So
god,
good. So good.
such a great
And
movie.
Jim Brewer, the fact that he just looks
just
the part.
looks, yeah,
It's
he
just-
looks
yeah.
stoned all the time, no matter what. It just kills me. I could watch that movie over and over, and I have.
Yeah.
I watched that movie a lot. So while Up in Smoke, I get it is a classic, and I did a show with Tommy Chong, and what a great guy. But that Half Baked kills me to this day.
I knew some questions were going to get more serious in here.
Okay.
Would you rather play the Hollywood Improv or the Comedy Cellar?
Oh man,
And let's just even make it more.
I've
because
played the Hollywood Improv, so I have to say the Comedy Cellar because I've never done
you
a
haven't
show
done
at
it
the
yet.
Comedy Cellar, and I love New York crowds. I mean, New York crowds are so comedy centric; like they get everything, and they're so. Yeah, so I mean, I would say Comedy Cellar, though I adore the Hollywood Improv. If I'm performing in Los Angeles, the Hollywood Improv is one of my top choices for sure. So
It's a safe answer. You said both, technically. So we're good with it. Would you rather open for George Carlin or Robin Williams?
I would have to say George Carlin. I love Robin Williams. I think he's a brilliant actor, but his stand-up was hard to follow, and he sort of had a little reputation with other comedians for stealing jokes. So, and George Carlin, you know, God, the way his mind worked. And I've seen both of them. I mean, not lately, but I saw both of them do stand-up when they were alive. And
how do you have that kind of access?
I know. I was, it was all happening while on a mushroom trip. But they were both brilliant. But George Carlin connects things in a way that just, oh God, you know what I mean? Because there's a message, because there's truth, because there's actuality behind it. And while Robin Williams is very entertaining because, my God, it's like watching a monkey on the back ride a horse on cocaine, like through a rainforest. Like it's insanity to watch the man perform and to be able to follow it and to get why he's being funny. But George Carlin is doing something that I aspire to do, which is to sort of enlighten people with humor. So, yeah.
I love that. Great answer. Play a sold-out arena. The Forum or Madison Square Garden?
Madison Square Garden.
New York crowds again, but it's also the place. It's so
well,
iconic.
but it's so. I have to be honest. I really, while I would want that experience to have that experience, I prefer a small room. There was a room I did all last summer in Santa Monica. It was 50 seats. 50 seats. And I mean, when you got 50 people in there, they were packed in like little sardines and you were hot and everything else. But to have that room like electrify with laughter, like you could feel the vibration coming off of it was so satisfying and such, to me, a better setup, especially because my stand-up is so storytelling oriented. And so I like a smaller, more intimate room. Though, you know, if you said we booked you at the Madison Square Garden, I'm not going to be like, no. I mean, of course, I want that experience. But I prefer something more intimate.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we have a bunch of like vision board things we need to add after
absolutely.
this podcast.
I know. I feel like I need to go home and get my glue stick out. This has got to happen.
This is the most important question.
Okay.
What goes on a baked potato? Butter or aluminum foil?
I mean, this is chicken and the egg. You got to have the aluminum foil before you can have the butter. That's the way it works. So, you know, that's from a story that I tell.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I love your Nana. And
my Nana, I don't think I've ever been as surprised. The setup is that we were watching the Family Feud and the families are tied. The top 3 answers are on the board. Name something you put on a baked potato. And my Nana stands up in her living room and screams at the television, aluminum foil. And while she was not wrong, right, you do put an aluminum foil on a baked potato. Actually, you put aluminum foil on a potato in order to bake it, but I get what she meant. When the number one answer was butter, she got pissed. She literally, and then, answers 2 and 3 were sour cream and chives. And that's when she lost her shit. She was like, I have been making baked potatoes, Jennifer, since 1952. I've made them without butter. I've made them without sour cream. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck a chive even is, but I will tell you what, I have never in my life made a baked potato without any goddamn aluminum foil. And then she turned the TV off and went to bed. And that was, she wanted nothing to do with anybody else in that house for the rest of the evening. She was mad. And so I get it. I've often been mad at Family Feud answers myself.
Or producer Craig is like moving around in his seat, and I know he wants to laugh out loud right now, so I just see it in the corner of my eye. Jen, you are amazing, and I love hearing your bits. It's just yeah. So if you have the opportunity, please go see this woman live. Go check out her stuff; it's incredible. Thanks for playing This or That. I hope you had fun with that.
That was super fun.
Yeah. Again, Coastline Travel. Whether you're going to Dallas for biscuits and barbecue, or you're going to Louisiana for
some Creole Cajun,
Nana's baked potatoes.
It's all good.
Creole or Cajun, yeah. Make sure you go to coastlinetravel.com for all your travel needs. And with that, we'll be right back. Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Momi2 Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Momi2 app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.